Right, welcome to the first film of this trip. Matthew and I have just caught the flight from Gatwick to Barcelona airport. It was a bit of a nightmare going through immigration, it was a total disaster. By the way, this is Matthew, so he wasn't present on the last trip. And the time's 2:45, train is at 5 o'clock, so we're off to Zaragoza. We'll arrive in Zaragoza at 8. We've booked a hotel and we'll have a night out in Zaragoza, and Matthew has succeeded in purchasing a coach ticket. The coach will leave early in the morning at 6:45, I think, and that gets us to Sabinanigo at 8ish, I think, and then we start cycling.
Yeah. And now don't spoil it. We're going on the train now.
Have you been on this train?
We've been on this train for 5 hours.
5 hours. And how have you felt during that time?
Well, progressively more and more downhearted.
Yeah. But having arrived here at 9 o'clock, we've got a limited amount of time to check into the hotel and go and get something to eat and then go to bed, because we've been up for ages. And we've got to get up early tomorrow morning. Here is Matt. Hi. Okay, so, well, we're here in a tapas bar in Zaragoza. Look at that guy. Zaragoza, delicious. The thing you can't tell from this video is how hot it is. It is so hot. Okay, it's the next day, it's Monday morning, and this is something you have to do on a bike trip, I'm afraid. So our bus is the 6:30 bus. We're on the bus. We managed to get the bikes on, there was absolutely no issue there. And so all we need to do now is relax as we drive through the streets of Zaragoza. Okay, here we are in Sabinanigo. So, extensive dragging marks on the box down there. We're into it now, and that is Sabinanigo right down there. Things just got a bit serious. Mouth is incredibly dry. It's so hot, you know, my body's not used to it. We just crossed this dried riverbed. There's a lady giving her dogs a swim. It's so hot though. I think beyond that barbed wire, that's Larez, which is where we're heading. It's hot. Right, so we're slogging up this mountain. You won't get a sense of the gradient, but you know, it's basically the same Very steep sections, quite rubbly. We're tired, I am anyway. Wow, what a view. Oh my god. Ah. Woo! So tired. I don't know about Matthew, but I'm feeling pretty tired. And I've drunk so much water, but it doesn't seem to make any difference. I'm still feeling as though I could drink, you know, gallons. I'm beginning to fantasize about shandy. Okay. Well, we're still going. Plus, that's all I've got left of the water. Just unclip it on the right. Welcome, we found a swimming pool. Everything's better. We found a spring and a swimming pool. What's that like?
Oh, that's great. After coming down that mountain.
We've just been up there, guys.
That's really good.
And it's so hot.
The perfect relaxation.
Matt's butt naked in there, right? Sorry, I've put an angle so it's not too
revealing.
Cover that. Oh, please. Horrible. In this wilderness. And now we're heading to Castello de Jaca, hopefully, and then we need to formulate a plan. Well, we found our way down to Castello de Jaca. Oh.
They don't have any rooms in this hotel.
What? No.
Nothing available.
Yeah.
Full. They're full.
Okay. Did they say where else we could go?
Not in this town. There's nothing in this town.
This is a what?
There's nothing in this town, according to this lady. We can ask her. I mean, we can just cycle and see if there's any other. Okay. We are in Jaca now. Today was difficult physically, and then at the end of the day we couldn't find any decent accommodation. We ended up in a campsite which was terrible. There was no food, nothing to drink. All the restaurants were closed in the village. So we abandoned ship after paying for the campsite place, packed up all the tent and everything, and cycled to this town which is called Jaca. It's quite a large town by the standards of this area, but we have again struggled to find anywhere that's willing to let us stay there. So this is a big problem when you're cycling, because you know, if you can't find somewhere to stay and you can't find something to eat, you're in big trouble.
It's still going.
So we think we have now solved the problem, but it's quite late in the evening. It's now 9:15, so it's a long time since we've eaten. So yeah, it's not been a great day, but hopefully it'll be better tomorrow.
It seemed as though everything was going well. When we saw the campsite, we thought great. Then we got to the campsite and it was a bit crappy. Here we are at this Eurostars hotel that we were forced to stay in because we couldn't find any. The Eurostar Reina Felicia. It's a very ordinary giant hotel just outside Jaca. Okay, we're just riding through the streets of Jaca to get to the actual bike route. Nice early morning descent out of Jaca. Jaca's a really pretty town, but if you want to stay there, you'd better have booked your hotel well in advance. Hi. We're now cycling north up the valley towards Aïssa. Right, so we've made it to Aïssa. Came all the way along that valley. And actually we've rejoined the Transpirenaica now. We've just had a delicious drink. Clara, Coke, bought some water. We're just climbing out of the Aïssa Valley now. This is a view down the valley for you. You see Aïssa down there. Beautiful view.
I mean, you can see little houses there, so
yeah,
that road must go through the
very
pass.
remote. So I think we're actually going this way, and we've got quite a few more switchbacks to go, and hopefully it'll get more windy as we go up. Okay, I think we can see the pass now. It's always very satisfying to see the town that you were in half an hour ago turn into a tiny dot. We've reached the pass, and inside it's quite cool really. It is.
This is concrete, isn't it?
Yeah. Looks like they've got a leak.
Well, no one's been in here, so.
Bats. Could be that. Yeah. But it would certainly keep the wind out.
Sort of lined it with traditional stone, but it's actually concrete.
So, nice climb. It was okay getting up here, didn't feel a problem at all. This is Jassa. We've just entered the town. Need a lower gear, that's better. Might be a bar here. The sounds of life. Oh, there is a bar. Pilota. We're going to park in a Pilota court. Okay, we've made it to Jassa, and we are now going to be served a plate of, I think, Serrano ham and chips and egg, which is going to be just the thing we need. We've got a couple of Clara there, and it seems like quite a lively little village. The kids are playing in the playground. This is the Pelota Court, where we're actually going to drink. Unfortunately, we have somebody who is manoeuvring heavy pieces of loud metal. Could do with him going, actually. I'll be back. This is really hard. We're just pushing up these slopes. It's just impossible to cycle, and the sun is so hot. We've filled our water bottles, we've got spare water in the bag, so water-wise we'll be fine. I think we've just got to take it bit by bit. There's a lot of upper body exercise, and I think we just have to sort of do 10 minutes and then a break. So I'm just sheltering here, having a little breather. Oh, I can't leave Matt in the sun too long, so I better get going. We made it. We just came up that flipping hill back there. I tell you, it wasn't easy. We just pushed these really heavy bikes all the way up rubbly slopes. So we're both pretty tired, but you know, spirits are up. We've just been singing incantations and hoping no one was listening to it. There's a pleasant breeze, and you can smell these pine trees. That scent of pine is on the air. It's very peaceful, apart from the cicada. It's lovely. Well, it looks like the route is kind of hard downhill as well. There's Matt, and there's where we're heading to. It could be that path, I have no idea. Welcome to hell. Climbing this side, having come down that. We came down that side. I mean, we were walking it mostly. It's the most ridiculous off-road, you know, mountain bike section. Hecho, thankfully, is just around this hill. I think we're running out of energy. Hecho's going to test us. It's going to say, stay here, you look tired. And to be honest with you, we might just do that. Our combined age is 100 and... what is it? 110? 110, yeah. There you go. So, a little bit of a mechanical mishap, puncture. Easy to fix, we're just sticking another inner tube. This road takes us down the valley, and then there's another road that goes back up to Hecho. What we do beyond that, I still don't know. It's fraught with uncertainty. Do we carry on over the mountains, or do we stop at Hecho? If we carry on over the mountains, then we may have to camp wild, which means we need water and we need food. Or we stay in Hecho. Today has been so hard, I think we're both minded to stay in Hecho. So we'll get to Hecho, and I think we'll just try and level our heads with some refreshment and then make a sensible decision about that. So Well, I'll give you another update later. Welcome to the campsite. This is where we're staying tonight. We're very tired. Today has been such a hard day. You know, pushing those bikes up the hills and down the hills, just a total nightmare. Just knocked the stuffing out of us. So then we came here. There was a space. I mean, it's basically rubble. Managed to get the pegs into the ground. I mean, there's a restaurant bar. Matthew's just gone to wash his socks. We're going to go and get something to eat. I've had a shower and, you know. It's morning tide and we've had another fantastic night's sleep. Matt's already got his bathroom bag, he's ready to go. And then we're going to pack the tent away and cycle down the road towards Arcachon, where we hope to get some breakfast. We're just climbing, come out of Arcachon. Them in flies. Okay, we've just got to the top of our first peak of the morning. So it's the usual thing, you get to the top and then you go along a dirt track even higher. The mountains look absolutely stunning. Make our way to a town called Arcachon, which sort of down there-ish, not sure. Okay, anyway, get on with it, I guess. We're starting to notice a few issues with the rear bearing, the wheel bearing on Matt's bike. It's making crunching noises and there is a chance that one of the bearings is shattered. So it does mean that going off-road into the wilderness, you know, there are a few risks there. So we thought, shall we play it safe and go down the road? But we're just going to see what happens. I don't know whether we'll make it. And round the corner, butterflies everywhere. Time to get the goose out. This is probably about 20 to 30.
At least it's vehicles have been using it.
Yeah.
So it can't be too bad.
I wouldn't want to cycle up here, that's for sure. Yeah, I pushed up something silly yesterday. Okay, the trick will be to turn the camera off without losing control of the bike. Most incredible ridge, looking back towards the road we've just come up, and on the other side, the side of the valley we're going to go down once I've been up this tricky little hill. This is a pushing section. Well, I don't like the look of this. What do you think, Matt? No BTT. Shit.
What happens if we carry on?
What? Where?
Up there.
Well, it takes you to the valley we've just come out of. I suppose we could try the horse track. But then, or we could just go down there. Well, we've literally just come off the path from back there and we've just gone through a supposedly electric fence. And we're going to follow a horse track to get to Anso. Well, we've been working our way slowly down this horse track. I mean, even horses, I mean, just forget it. Horses aren't going to get down here. There's trees crossing the path. So we came across this lovely, cool overhang. It's quite spectacular. This is our descent to Anso. It was a bit of a tricky one. I think we had to get off and walk that bit.
Phil had to, but
Matt came down. Just came down. And he did an endo. So apparently, I don't know how far we'd get to. Well, we have to go. But anyway,
I'm going to just go down there now.
That's it.
I'm going to go down there.
I'll probably take the easy route though.
I might see you in heaven.
So here we are within view of Anso. I think we could do with a bit of refreshment. Here's the road. And we go straight on through Anso, I think. So we also look at the map. Okay, stop. I'll turn this off. This is Anso. We're on the lookout for water, restaurants. It's very hot. I would say it's mid-30s. And my throat's dry. It's making more noise.
Yeah.
I think that's water. Those little recesses. Alimentación. Okay, so we've just enjoyed a little bit of lunch here in Anso. So we're going to cycle on to Izaba. Anyway, just had a nice meal here. Tortilla español, a couple of shandies, and some piquant kind of fritter thing. Really nice. Oh, so yeah, Gobierno de Aragon. That's the natural park we're going through. There's a river on my left that's cut its way through these gorges. We occasionally see very inviting looking rock pools. It'd be nice to sit in. Is that Fredo? Careful of. That's cold. Oh man. Oh jeez. Ah. Yeah! Yeah! Whoa! Sorry. That's very invigorating.
That's good though.
Wow! So we're still working our way up this valley, and it's an ascent because we're going up towards the high mountains, basically. And I think in about 5 kilometres we're going to take a left, and it will be behind one of the massive rocky edifices back there. Head west towards the town of Isaba.
We're falling further and further behind.
Well, we're not really. I mean, it's just today we stopped at Isaba instead of yesterday, and so that means that we've moved a day back. That's all. As long as we don't do any more of that. I mean, well, let's see how we feel. Maybe if we have something at a restaurant, we could try a wild camp.
Yep.
Because actually in the campsites it's not very comfortable lying on those stony...
Well, there's no difference really between sleeping in a campsite and wild camping in terms of comfort.
Well, the main difference for me is that you can get out of the tent and do a wee when you're in a field. I mean, if you had something like this,
yeah, this would be fine.
and then a really nice grassy meadow or something.
We could basically float down the river in our tent.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool. These are rare places.
Oh God, this is so cool. I'm quite used to the temperature now.
We need a bike shop though.
So I was trying to get the camera to work. We're going to see, going to film going through this gorge. Oh. The valley's opened out. Not sure what's going on here. Well, you know, it's weird because on the GPS it's suggesting we carry on. You can't argue with that though, can you? Isaba 13 kilometres. So, oh, I'm going to turn this off. So we've just arrived at the turn-off to Isaba. It's quite busy actually, lots of people travelling here. I can see why, because it's so picturesque. We've just travelled through those gorges over there, and it's very pleasant, uphill, but very doable. Navarra. Main road to Isaba. We're not on the Transpirenaica. Well, look, we decided to press ahead, and so we filled up our water bottles in Isaba after a chat with a couple of Spanish guys, one of which is son lives in Guildford, is a tattoo artist. The intention is to wild camp. There's plenty of hours left of daylight and we've got plenty of power left in our legs, so we'll just cycle until dusk, I guess, and see how we get on. Good evening, grapple fans. We're just plodding along. Well, we made it to the top of this col, whatever you call it in Spain. Nearly got run over by a stupid motorbike. There's this odd grassy area, and then we're looking out over towards the west, over that way, further into Basque country and Navarre, and we've just come from that area, which is also Navarre, but beyond that is Aragon. So, bit of a downhill now, and so.
Can you remember the name of this col?
Laza.
Laza.
Yeah. We're just climbing. It's gone past 6, and we left Isaba some time ago. The idea is to find a wild camping spot, so we could find that in these higher mountains. I think we could go until about 8, but while we're going, we're drinking our water, and we need our water for camping. So there's always a risk. Hello everybody. Well, we made it to a stop. It's a wild camp. There's Matt. The road's up there. And we're pretty inconspicuous. We've got a fantastic view, don't think you can beat that. And we've set the tent up so we're going to have a nice cosy night of not sleeping, probably. As soon as it gets a bit darker, not too dark, we'll make some dinner. Good morning. Well, As I was just saying to Matthew, I had a few sleeps last night. Sort of woke up occasionally. It's impossible to find the right position to get a good sleep in there. Just not used to it. Oh. Anyway, day has dawned and it's cool. The sky's clear. It's going to be another hot day, I hope. Tent's a bit damp. We're going to just shove it in the stuff sack and get going. Just down there was our campsite. Looks like the sun's coming up. Still got more punctures to deal with. I think we're heading that way. We've just climbed further out of the valley from our sleeping spot. Went through those pine trees and the sun came up. Just taking a swig of water and we're nearly at the top. But I thought I'd take time just to see this cloud which is settling in the valley. It's very majestic. And so not far to go. If I can just swivel you round, there's Matt. And beyond him is the curve which hopefully leads to a glorious descent. We've got an emergency triangle there, obviously broken down. So we've made it to breakfast. It was a sort of chilly morning's ride through the pine trees on off-road tracks, and then there was a few difficult climbs, I would say, up the valley side, and then eventually we found a path that led to this place, which is the entrance for this national park. And thank God they're serving good food, so we can just really tuck in. We're going to try and get to Roncesvalles to buy replacement parts for our bikes, a couple of inner tubes. Hopefully we'll be able to get Matt's wheels sorted out. I think he needs 2 new wheels. We ride along and the hub goes... There's something dying in his hub. Anyway, it's hopefully that can be solved when we get to Roncesvalles.
It still goes along.
Oh yeah, no. And the front rim has started to separate at the where it's been welded together.
Nick doesn't do the maintenance properly on her bike.
I know, it's just terrible that Nick hasn't done any preventative maintenance on the bike at all. So of course when Matthew borrows it, it's in a complete mess. Yeah. So a lesson learnt, don't rely on the owner. Anyway, we're going to pack up and go, I think. Hopefully, if we can find, because there's a lot of people here, lots of walkers and coach parties, and I hope that they all arrive and walk about 2 or 3 kilometres, have a picnic and then walk back again, leaving the rest of this park free to bathe in, because we definitely need a wash. So we're going to do that.
Right. So Phil, what's happening here?
We got another puncture.
Another one.
Another one.
We're running out of patches on this trip.
I've got I've got quite a few.
Yeah, you'll get through those today. Those 4.
Yeah, it would just be made of patches. Sure.
Between us, we've had 2 punctures already this morning. It's not even lunchtime. To add to the other 3 or 4 we've already had. So this is becoming the puncture trip.
So we've just been along the reservoir, and this is the snout of it, really. Okay, might get a view of the reservoir, I'm not sure. If I just go up here. Oh, excuse me. Courteous. There's the reservoir. Matt's already in the reservoir, but I think I'm going to go in as well. He's off to the other side. Totally crazy. So let's go for a swim. A great swim. We seem to be one of, well, the only people swimming in this entire body of water, but it was beautiful, warm, refreshing, and our bodies are now washed, and we shall continue. So we're just climbing up this valley, having come from the reservoir, and there's a lot of effort putting my microphone on. So we're tootling up, and I think we go above the tree line. Could well be the case. So we're just taking it easy, cranking away through this deciduous forest. Get an occasional car going by. Now let's just get on going to the top. It's looking pretty mean over there. Man meets donkey. What a place to live. You're all on your own. Off he goes. Wow. This is the land of cloud up here. Amazing. The land of cloud. And cow dung. Look at that peak over there. brakes are complaining, aren't they? Free camping place, man.
Yeah, that's probably where that's going.
Arazola.
So we're going to fill.
Yeah.
Quite good.
Hang on. Suddenly warm again after coming down off the top. These smelly things. Now this place apparently is known for its cheese. What's this? It's like a shrine to cheese. Oh, this man. What's going on in here?
Should we eat inside?
Yeah, sure. It's a pretty funky interior.
Yeah.
Okay, well. What's cheese? I think other people have got the same problem. Anyway, we ended up with a small snack. Cheers, 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 cheers. Okay, we climbed out of Orbaizetaco, where the brilliant cheese is made. I'm not sure we ever had any. And we've got a multitude of signs. There's Orbaizetaco that way. And, well, we want the European cycle route number 3. Oriaga Roncesvalles. We don't really know how to pronounce it. Some of the climbs were on the edge, put it that way. But we made it. Then we got a mountain leg, so it makes it easier. Hello everybody. We've just arrived at Oriaga Roncesvalles. So we left the cheesy kind of cultural centre where we got served a cheese pizza. And then we went up some pretty steep hills. As you probably saw in the last video, we just arrived at the top of that. And then there was a bit of a up and downy, fatty bit. And then eventually there was a big long descent and crossed a ford and alighted at a car park. And there was a coach park and a giant cathedral style building, and Matt said, I thought he said nice coach, but he said nice church. So I thought, he's gone mad. Anyway, now we've come across this bar here and we're thinking we might get a bit more to eat, and this is the scene I have. There seems to be quite a lot of cloud. It's as though, I don't know, great big swathes of Atlantic air are meeting humid air. Oh, look at this, it's just arrived. Where's my bar mat, please? Did you go back in? Did you get any olives?
I didn't get any, so I don't know whether they have any. It's a strange place actually, you know.
Okay, listen, I'm going to go.
There's like a sort of little door where I think you're supposed to order.
Do you have anything to add? I've just done a piece to camera. It's still running, so...
Well, it's been, yeah, there's quite a few quite hard ascents today, but nothing we couldn't handle. And we had plenty of water. Some really nice riding, actually, proper the kind of mountain biking that I like. And so now, yeah, looking forward to seeing what this place has to offer. It's a lot smaller than I thought, actually. I thought it would be a bigger place, but yeah, I think it's on the pilgrimage route. There seems to be a lot of sort of infrastructure around Santiago de Compostela stuff. So yeah, looking.
This is Auritz Borghetti. This is where we booked a hostel. Yeah, and also the green shutters. Wow. This one, the rings. Really nice place, isn't it? This is inside. Very clean. Well, it smells sort of antiseptic. Absolutely incredible clouds coming over the hills.
Okay.
Look at that bird.
This is the rule of here. In Gipuzkoa, you know.
Is this a normal sight to see around here? It's all the Atlantic air coming over it.
Always like that.
Yeah?
In my hometown, that it's in the coast, San Sebastian and all of that. I'm sure that there is a cloudy day.
Yeah.
Okay, so Matt and I, we've just been down to the Alimentación. I think the most important purchase is this giant bar of soap. Probably didn't need that much, but on the other hand, maybe we do. Okay, so we are currently in Bar Frontana and we're watching Egypt against Morocco on the telly. We're having a pre-dinner drink of, where was this wine made?
Navarra. Here.
Forgot to mention, we also did our washing. So we put it all out on the line. It will dry pretty quickly because, as you can see, it's absolutely roasting out there. That's why we're in here.
Well, we failed with the in-tube.
Afraid we do. Drinking. Very characteristic. I find that the soffits, what are they called? The things that are underneath the gables. They just have huge gables, don't they? Running water through the town. Very cold winter. This is our hostel. We can go and check on our drying.
Yeah.
I don't think people will really want to see that though. That's my sleeping bag there. Okay, another fitful night's sleep. We're ready. Morning. Just getting bikes prepped. Going to ride downtown to get some brekkie. There's a steady stream of pilgrims. We're just sitting here eating our brekkie. Watching them as they go south towards Portugal. Different nationalities. Right, you can enjoy the sights of an early morning Morning. Morning. Constant rolling clouds coming over the hills in the distance. It's still happening. It seems to be a feature of this place. It's very dramatic. Okay, so now we are intersecting the route, hopefully 790 kilometers from Santiago de Compostela. There's actually a sign that says that. First hill out of Roncesvalles. And we see this peculiar looking church. So this is Ibañeta. I'll give you a view. Look at that. I must get a picture of that. Back towards Roncesvalles. And there's the church. We're going to ring that bell in a minute. We're now in France. That's the refuge.
So, what does it say?
What? Wow! You've been up there?
That's on
the Rad. Come on, old girl. We've actually joined the Rad. Do you just do that all the way back? Col de Bird. So this is Col de Bird in Curacheta?
Yeah. I don't recognise it.
I don't think I've ever been up here.
It's one of those ones where you're sort of, it's on the last day basically. When you go through, you leave Saint-Jean-Pied-de-Port, you go down that long main road, and then you kind of, instead of going down the main road to Honda, you kind of diverge off towards the Spanish border again down these little minor roads.
I think I've seen signs to it, but I don't think it takes you over it. Maybe I'm wrong.
It does.
Maybe I do kind of. I'm just going to look over the brow of this hill. We are actually filming right now. Wow, spooky. Hello. Everywhere we turn there are sheep. Well, we've just been coming down off Bordeaux and came to this switchback, and we seem to be en route. Seems to be okay, but now we've come across this route barré sign, and we're just going to go straight through it. Well, not straight through it, obviously, we're going to go around it and find out why it's barred. It could be because they're doing roadworks. We can't hear any roadworks actually happening, and we hope it's more
Tree fell on the road.
for cars rather than bicycles, you know. So let's see what happens. Right, we're round. Off we go. We've just been coming down this very, very quiet road. We haven't seen any road crews. We've seen the evidence of some mending going on, but still no sign of any. And the other thing is, we haven't seen any route barre sign in the opposite direction yet, so we'll probably end up seeing that at some point. Other than that, it's been absolutely beautiful, this ride down this cool valley with zero traffic. It's been really enjoyable. Ah, this is it.
On peut passer ou pas? Oui?
Merci. That's a relief. I don't want to damage his tape. Perfect timing to meet these guys.
Hier, ça s'est pas passé, mais les cyclistes étaient obligés de faire demi-tour hier.
Merci. Oh, ok. Merci.
Bonne balade.
Au revoir. Get out of here. So there we go. What exactly did they say about the road being barred?
They said it's okay today, but yesterday cyclists had to do a
Detour.
had to turn around
Oh,
because it wasn't, the cement hadn't hardened.
oh, okay. Well, that was lucky. Good job we're a day behind. No, but we're not, are we? Well, we've just toiled up the steepest hills to get us across the French border back into Spain, and this is almost the final straight. However, there may yet be another brutal gradient surprise. We've got fine views back to the east over there. In fact, you can see the valley we came down very clearly, and the ridge in the distance, that would be the border between France and Spain over the other side. Okay, so here's another switchback. We never quite know what to expect. This one, I hope it'll just be a very gentle gradient to a pass. What do you think? Let's see. It's not looking too bad so far. No trees. Ah, Peugeot 205. That's a nice surprise. Quick rest on this very steep switchback in the shade. We're getting close to the pass which will take us into Spain, because currently obviously in France at the moment, and since I repaired the tyre, it seems to be, touch wood, holding up, so that's good. Although it's hot, it's not as kind of brutally hot as it was earlier. We've got a breeze, and of course we are slightly higher up. Look at these happy things. We've got to the top. They're gambling around and rolling. Matthew just got stung by a bee. There was a beekeeper who was applying smoke to the beehive, and as he was toiling up the hardest slope, a bee got underneath his helmet and stung him.
It really hurts.
It really hurt, poor boy. Look, he's going off, he's off on one. He's a lively fella. Anyway, I got the sting out for him, and... Ooh. Alright, okay. And he's going to be okay, I'm sure. And now we've got, I think it's off-road. So we've got to work out how to do it. It's going to be an interesting ride, this, because we are going off-road. Okay, need to consult the map with Matt. So we're back in Spain now, and we're descending to a town called Elizondo. This is all right, isn't it?
It'll be a really quick meal this way.
We might even be there tonight. Yes. Oh, I bet the rims are really hot now. Have a quick look at the map. Hi. Yeah, we're very close to... This must be this road, do you think? Can't we go out quickly, can we? Indacoburda. Let's see that. What do you reckon? Well, I mean, we do go that way according to the GPS. We're on it, so we'll suck it and see, shall we?
So where do you think we are?
Well, I mean, this is a fairly major road, and I don't see any fairly major roads up here.
Let's have a look on Google. See if it provides any enlightenment.
No, it's here. We're here, Matthew. It's that road. So we've got
So
1,
left.
3, 5, yeah. 10 left.
It's just when you look on Google Maps, it's just basically just green, nothing. Oh, there we are. Right, okay. Yeah, okay. There's a campsite coming up. Eratsu. It's about
Yeah. Arazu. It's about 1 kilometre or so from here. And so that road takes you back over into France. Via Ispeggy.
Yes, it does, yeah.
Those are weird structures. What do you think they are?
Maybe shrines of some description. Religious shrines.
Never seen anything like that before. Take a look.
Some kind of estate.
Peculiar. Uvavu. This was on all the time. Transpirenaica. I think I took a wrong turning. I'm off the route. Well, we are in the town of Izaki, something like that, and we've found a little restaurant. Matthew's inside doing a great job ordering, as he tends to do. Here he is. And he's ordered. What happened?
Well, we had to order an extra starter
Oh, okay, fine.
because there's some sort of deal. So I ordered soup.
Le
as
menu.
well.
Oh, right.
So we got soup, hamon con melon,
Good.
then
Escalope.
escalope and pollo,
Pollo, right. Asada.
and sparkling mineral water.
Can you just remind me what the name of this town is? Izaki, is it? Izaki. I think it's
Can't
Izaki.
remember.
Anyway, we just slightly deviated from the route, but it doesn't matter because, you know, we found the restaurant. I think we need to reappraise where we're going to get to and when. Tonight we'll try and get to Zala, or try to get within striking distance of Hondarribia tomorrow, which we're bound to be able to do. What we couldn't do is do it today. According to the original itinerary I'd sketched out, we were supposed to get to Hondarribia today, but it simply didn't happen. Anyway, everything's good. Looking forward to some food. Oh well. The gradients on the slopes are on the way out of that valley back into Spain were Well, they were on the edge of what was possible, especially when we started. I mean, I couldn't push my bike up. I couldn't ride up that sort of rutted concrete section. But then as I got into it, maybe I could have done in hindsight. Maybe I could have done. It was just extremely steep. But it was very pleasant. I mean, it was a beautiful climb, so remote, nobody around. And that's what's nice about the Transpirenaica, actually. It moves from the sort of moderate side of things, where you see the occasional car and there are obviously a few tourists, towards the extreme of being nobody around. Whereas the Pyrenean goes from being quite a busy traffic kind of situation to nothing at all. I'm just going to stop now. I'm wibbling. We don't know what Matt's ordered, but I'm sure we didn't order foie gras. And there seems to be a cold bottle of red wine as well. We'll have to see how this goes. Okay, the plan. We've decided to try and get to Ondarribia tonight. It avoids any issues we have with hotels with Exalal, because they're all booked up there as well. So Matt's paid up, and it's called Hotel Urundia Park, which is halal meat, everything you could ask for.
Special
prayer room. It's going to be good. No drinking, but that's okay.
But, slightly major road, this one. Downhill though, we like that. It'd be nice if it was like this all the way. Look at this, walls made of flagstones. Field boundaries made of flagstones. It's peculiar. Pretty village. Well, we decided to get off the main road. It was getting a little bit hairy, and in actual fact the reason was there was a tunnel and bikes weren't allowed in there, even though I was heading straight towards it. So taking the scenic route, trying to avoid Google's more stupid directions, quite a challenge. Right, we got some inner tubes. We got some puncture repair, and we got how to speak
That might be useful.
Basque.
Yeah.
So we've already learned how to say thank you. Esqueri casco. There's all kinds of useful things in here. So yes, success. We can now change an inner tube.
Yes.
All right. Well, we're on this extremely convenient bike path. I think it's a shared use thing, mainly bikes, and it follows the river. And this river actually winds its way all the way through the ridges that lie between here and the Atlantic. So it's quite a good road to be on. It means it's going to be at the same level as this river, in fact. And we can relax, as you know, the worst thing about this kind of hammering it to your destination type of riding is the traffic. And avoiding that is wonderful. So, all is well.
A very long tunnel. Just for a bike path. Oh, sorry.
Okay, we just had a little rest just to see how far we've got to go, and according to Google it's another 15 kilometres, and Google's estimating that taking another 51 minutes. That might be okay, I don't know, but the fact is we're going to get there. The more we pedal, the closer we get. Anyways, yeah, so this is the Eurovelo 1, and it starts in, well, in the south it starts in Porto, heads south and then loops round through Spain, which is weird.
This is the Velodysee route.
Right, yes.
Up to Roscoe.
And we're going to go from, obviously from Ondarribia to Bordeaux over our next few days. But we could go all the way to North Cape if we wanted to.
Yeah.
So
You
unique.
have to fly to Bergen.
Yes. Wow, that would be some journey though. You'd either be dead or very fit at the end of this. Anyway.
It's only about a year.
Yeah. Well, you know, we just popped out into Irun, essentially. Where the river's very wide. This is the outskirts. It's Friday night. Slight right along this bike path. 10. Speed limit's 10 along here. So that is Behobia. Pretty good bike path. We've got to follow Google now to get to the hotel. The team. Just say we've got the doors. Thought you might want to see the doors. It's the Astana team from Kazakhstan. Let's have a look. Could learn a few things from this bike, guys. Well, here it is. Okay. Pretty busy hotel, man. Anyway, so we made it. We made it here to the Irun Park Hotel, and it was a bit of a frantic ride through the streets of Irun, and we made our way out to this sort of industrial part. We're not really sure how close it is to Ondarribia itself. We're so weary that it doesn't really matter, you know.
The thing is, we've got a very nice room, it's air conditioned and the beds look pretty comfortable. So we're going to shower up and make ourselves look presentable and have dinner, and then we're going to think about what we've just been through. Just try and assess how we feel about what we've done. It's really hard to sort of get your head around how you feel about something like this when you're so close to it. So I think that's what we need to do.
Gracias, amigos.
We are currently in the breakfast bar at the Eurovelo hotel. Matt and I have just been through our objectives for today, and what we're going to do is join the EV1. So we're going to cross over the bridge into France, and then we're going to follow the coastline. So the weather looks good. It's going to be a very pleasant morning.
Okay, welcome to the first day of the Velodysee. On a bit of a main road coming out of Spain, crossing this bridge into France. Over the railway. Trying to keep tabs on Google Maps. I can't see it at the moment, it's too sunny. Rather tricky. We come off, and then we turn right, turn left at the roundabout. Actually, I don't know. We're just finding our way around sort of semi-industrial estate stroke football stadium. We didn't really work out which club it was. These little back roads avoid the madness of the fast-moving traffic on the main roads. Let's see. Let me go up here. And then we go up here. Okay. Bike path. Oh, Christ. Up here. I think we went the wrong way, but never mind. This way. Well, that was a waste of time. What a pointless exercise that was. Oh, hang on. Oh, I don't know. Google's just pissing about as usual. I know, I don't know why Google wants us to cross on another bridge over there, but
let's cross here and then make our way down.
I think we've got another chance to cross the road, and it might be a bicycle bridge or something, I don't know. Yeah, Matthew, were we here? 2000, was it? 2001?
2002 maybe, something like that.
Yeah, and we caught the train here, from here, via Paris, where Matthew was living, and I went back from Paris. Actually, I caught a flight back from Paris, Orly. That's it. Oh, that could be it. Yeah. Yes, that's right. Yeah, I didn't put it in a box. We might see signs for the Eurovelo 1. We're going along the creek. You see, if we'd come over that bridge, we would be straight onto the Eurovelo. This wants us to. Is it possible to get down? Oh, by these stairs. Jesus. Okay. It's not working. They've got these handy little bicycle ramps. Yeah, I think I'll turn you off actually. You don't. Well, we're on the Eurovelo 1 now. What's that, Matt? Oh, what? Further back, yeah. Yep, that's Renfie. You can see that, Renfie. And there's Ondarribia over there. I can't get the camera right. Yes. So here we are, dawdling along Eurovelo. It really is a lovely part of the world, this. Lots of people are up chatting, exercising, doing healthy things in a beautiful place, surrounded by mountains and sea, fresh air blowing in off the Atlantic. And this area, the Onday itself is so different from Ondarribia, where we've come from, particularly Irun. I mean, Irun's very industrial. Ondarribia, which is over there, it has a much more oldie worldy feel. It seems to be more concentrated. I suppose it is geographically concentrated on the coast, whereas this is all spread out and much more of a kind of pleasure resort sort of thing. And I think we'll just follow the coast. We'll have a nice cup of coffee at some point. So here we are, there's the Atlantic. This is the finish point from Matt's Red Pyrenean, yeah?
Yeah.
Which years? Come on, let's have them, which years?
I can't remember, this year?
Yeah, 2022, maybe 2018 perhaps? Oh no.
2022.
Yeah. 2024.
No, I don't. I've been here once.
fresh fruit. Very busy. Well, coffee time. Lots of people coming to the beach today in Hendaye. We don't have to worry about parking. It's annoying, sorry about that. I'll turn you. I'll turn you. What? Oh yeah. Yeah. So we've emerged from Hendaye and now we're cycling on the coastline. We're to Biarritz. So it's a bit up and downy. Matthew's been along here to get back to Biarritz airport. The airport from there, didn't you? Mm. Right, okay. Would have thought it'd be left, wouldn't you? Yeah, see if we can get this bloody thing to work. It was so helpful. Well, where should we stop?
Just go left and then stop.
Okay, and we could wander down there, couldn't we? Hey, it's down there actually. Yeah, sure. Let's just see if we can get this. Do you want to have a drink of anything or? Okay, let's just stop here then. Let's see. Right. Okay, so there's been a lot of climbing up and down. I'm not sure where we are, but we're in this little market square. It's very busy. I mean, everywhere's busy, but this looks like it's busy with a healthy contingent of people who actually live here. So we're still moving along the coast, and I'm not sure how far away from Biarritz we are, but actually this lady might help. No. Rather striking building there. 1937. There's an olive salesman. Biggest gable you've ever seen. We were told that our bikes had to be moved. With some resistance, they allowed us to park them over there. She said, no, you can't park them, you have to park them in the bike place. And Matt said, well, what about over there? She said, yeah, okay. So, no problem. Okay, so we left that square. We're carrying along the coast in the direction of Biarritz, Bayonne. It's very up and down. It's either busy or less busy. This is less busy, but it was a bit chaotic in that square. Oh, and it's pretty hot as well. Although there is a breeze. It's yeah, a humid heat. Direct sunlight beating down on us. Ah, so there's a cyclepath sign. I think that's this way. Velodysee. Ah, this way. So, hopefully Matt's following. Oh yes, he is, right behind me. Alright, got to look out for the signs. I've already clocked one. There it is. We've got to go around the roundabout. This way. Very tight turn. This way. Yes. Seems to be where it's pointing. Oh well. Okay, so I think those roofs in the distance are Biarritz. Just started the camera a little bit too late for you to see it there. This is very busy, you have to watch out. Lines of traffic. Pedestrians, bicycles, scooters, electric scooters, cars. Nobody on the right.
this green checkering is. Like, be careful, you might die here. Okay, so now we're heading into Biarritz proper. Wonderful city, really. Very expensive to stay here. It's got a kind of, I don't know, early 20th century, late 19th feel about it. In fact, am I right in thinking that Agatha Christie brought surfing to Biarritz? I'm going to have to check that one. I've got a vague memory of that. So this may not see the YouTube video. Good filming. We cycle around Biarritz. Sorry about the squealing. Sorry about the geese. It's an interesting route, I wouldn't have expected that. Straight into the centre now. Oh, nice. Have you got a licence for these? Big wheels.
Yeah.
All they do is eat and drink. Well, I would have thought that that path we were on would have taken us this way. You might recognise this. Yeah, it's out of battery. It was out of battery. Right. Now I'm in charge. Now we're going down towards you see this
distance, that's Lalonde and the dunes. Fish restaurant, yeah. Okay, so we're riding along the creek, the estuary or whatever, towards Bayonne. We have to go quite some way inland before we can cross, but we're also on the lookout for water and snacks. We could do something to eat before we cross over the river and try and find our stop for the night. We're fighting a headwind here. Actually, it looks like a crosswind, feels like a headwind. Very humid. Sun's very hot. Rather late actually, which means any small restaurants on the way are closed. They've finished their service. The ones that might be open, I think, will be the ones in the centre. So that's where we'll head. I'm so thirsty. I've arrived in Bayonne, it's absolutely roasting. I think we need a snack. Matt's got some drinks. We're going to carry on cycling after we've had this. Actually made it. We made it to the paths in the pines. Life is good. We'll find campsites. So all is well. Well, would you believe it? We made it to La Benessienne. We're by the sea. We're at the bar by the beach. I think I'm thirstier than I've ever been before in my life. I drank my drink in about 2 seconds flat. I'm going to have to order another. It's been pretty frantic. We've drawn a blank on campsites. Everywhere's full. So we've got a plan which involves eating heartily here and drinking probably a little bit, not too much. And then we will do some stealth camping. We'll wander down the beach and find some places to sit for a while, and when we feel ready for it we may put the tents up. The thing is, the night's going to be pretty warm. It'll be 22 degrees, that's the lowest temperature. The waves are benign, it's not going to keep us awake, and that's the plan. I don't see what's wrong with that actually, I think it's a good plan. That's it. Very tired. took us out of us, you know, riding along the coast and through Bayonne as well. So we're just going to relax, have some more drinks, take it easy, and call the waitress over. Well, we made it to the beach, and we've just had a play around in the waves. The waves aren't very strong today. Matt's got loads of stones in his in his cycling shorts. He's going to come a cropper again in a minute. Watch. Here it goes. No, survived. Yeah, so this is a quieter part of the beach. If you look down there, you see the gaggle of people on the beach at La Benosienne, and then beyond that is Cap Breton and Hoscourt. In that direction is Andres, and you can just make out Bayonne, and of course the mountains of Galicia, I think, over there. So I might have to change out of these. I'm not sure I'm going to do that. And then we're going to go and eat, and then we're going to find a quiet spot to camp. I'm not sure how much of this you can see, but this is our camping spot. Just wait until everything goes dark. I'm going to lay out the tarmac and lie down on it. But it's all looking very, very serene out there. Okay, so here we go, we're cycling along the Bordeaux from La Benosienne to Cap Breton. It's a cool morning. There's a sort of glowy sky behind us. Right, that's where the sun's coming up. Everything's quiet. Passing by the campsites, we're stirring. Get to Cap Breton, we'll get some breakfast, warm up, not that it's cold, you know, just sort of, I suppose, dry up a bit, and see, I think we'll decide whether it's So here we are. It's been a tough morning. It's just been swimming and sunbathing, and now we're eating. This is what we want. This glass of cold white wine. Merci. There you go. Cheers.
Santé, messieurs. Allô, à la 85.
Oh, yes, beautiful, cold. What more could you ask? This is about as ferociously hot as we have known it. So, you know, we've just had our fruit de mer. And we've just started on the ride to take us a short distance north to, I can't remember the name of the place, Mollier or something.
Yeah, we need to...
Okay, so this is just simple cycling. We've just come out of Hoscourt. Well, we've come out of Cap Breton. I think we're in Hoscourt, going towards Seignos, the next conurbation beyond it. We're following the Eurovelo 1, and everybody's cycling and living the good life, I think. It's a lovely part of the world, really. cycle around. Great food. Quite touristy, of course, but not ridiculously so. It's not as showy as the Côte d'Azur, I think. Just a bit more relaxed. So eventually all of this conurbation will give way to pines and small tracks within the pine forest. Pardon. Not sure if we're supposed to be on here or there. Oh well. I haven't seen that before. This is Senyos. A lot less built up. A lot more beach bummish. I'm talking to camera here. Sorry. Just saying, a lot less built up, a lot more beach bummish. You would not believe how hot it is. So this is Senyos, as per the sign. No, never. I mean, the thing is, if you're swimming, you just do it down at the end of the La Venetian road. So it's kind of pointless coming here. It's the same kind of beach, the same sea, you know. So why bother? Sorry. Decided it was way too hot because we don't have to go very far. We're going to go for a swim a bit further along the coast from Senyos, and I've just had to come and get the camera because I left it attached to the bike because I was thinking, oh, I'll take a shot of this. No camera. Well, thank God I'm OCD enough to think, wow, I need to take a shot of this. Otherwise, we would be without recording facilities. Right, this is it. Down we go, getting that sea ASAP. Yeah, we're off to Mollier, where well, we don't quite know what we're letting ourselves in for here. It's like a surf store or something. But anyway, we must be halfway there since we last went swimming, and the heat is relentless. I mean, I can't describe to you how hot it is. It's sort of chokingly hot. You breathe in, it's just get a dry throat. Like a hairdryer, exactly. Or breathing in a hand dryer in a toilet, you know. So, the wind just heats up on the road. Wow. Sorry. Massage 3.5 kilometres. What's that?
Our destination is past.
I think, yeah, it is. Okay, look, this is so relentless, I'm going to turn you off. So I think we're at Mollier, and we think this is the Avenue de l'Océan. Bit of a climb, hard in this heat. Oh boy, nearly there. Okay, still some way to go. I think I better check them. We're going to fit right in here. Basically, we've just trebled the age of this place. You think that's the reception? These look alright. The way back there. Is that reception? Well, after much cocking about and jiggery... Oh, okay. We've got tents. We've got proper beds. Of course, it's absolutely boiling. And we're surrounded by 20-somethings fawning around the gnarly looking guys. Not us, of course, like the patricians. Really tired. You know, I drink and it just spews out of my pores, my sweat pores. Anyway, first thing to do is basically rehydrate for a bit and stop sweating. Maybe shower, I don't know, cool down somehow. And then we might go down to the beach once we've stowed our stuff properly. And have a meal. Just packing up, ready to go. I should think most of these tents are empty because they're all down there surfing. These teenagers, 20-somethings, they're out there on the waves. They're not in there sleeping, recovering from hangovers. It's right next door to the campsite, this is. So we mustn't look a gift horse in the mouth, mustn't we?
croissant, and they do coffee as well. Bordeaux. Oh, heading off down there, the grey skies. This is the first day we actually had grey skies. It's not cold, there's a little bit of wind, and there was a tiny amount of moisture in the air too. What's he doing? He's making his paella, poulet rôti. There's a lot of boulangerie here. Well, we are in a town on the outskirts of a town called Velodysee, as you can see from the Monster Action poster. We've just been cycling through a landscape which looks pretty much like this. Grass, ferns, cork trees, gentle breeze. Bonjour. It's not too hot, so yeah, just trucking along. We've got a fair amount of distance to cover. So we must have cycled about 20 kilometres so far, and here we are in a place called Saint-Giron Plage. Just thought I'd come to see the sea. That guy, he's doing hydro kite surfing. Wow. Just destroy the piece. So, Saint-Giron, quite a remote beach, isn't it? Very beachy. Yeah. Oh. Let's just see beyond this car. So everybody on a bike is saying to come all the way to the end. Surf club going on.
Well, I think it's actually quite good. Quite good to teach.
Yeah. Nobody's swimming. Oh, there's a guy with his trunks on down there.
Good going. No one else around.
Right, so a little bit of an update. We've been blasting our way up the coast, notwithstanding a few little errors around Eurovelo, where we took the wrong turning, but we soon rectified that. And actually that was some time ago, because we went swimming at Saint-Giron since then. And then we carried on to Conti, and we're going to go to the sandwicherie. Yeah, Matt's going to give me a sandwich. And there's a market on. We're at Mimizan. I can't remember if I've mentioned that. It's warm, it's not too hot, there's no sun, it's just generally a nice temperature. Lots of activity here in Mimizan. Right, so we left Mimizan. I don't know if you can hear me. Sorry about the wind noise. We're heading to a lake. I've already forgotten its name. So we're going sort of east towards this lake, and then we'll head northeast towards our destination, Parentis-en-Born. How many? It's about 15 kilometres away, maybe 20, I'm not sure. Well on our way, and it's sort of early afternoon, so no problem there either.
Okay, so this is the lake. It's quite extensive. Well, that's one of them. We're going to cross land Eulalie. Sainte-Eulalie en Beaune. This way. Signs for Parentis on board this way. It must be this way. Go. What a sight to be greeted by. Hang on, there's people coming now. I don't know what it is, but it looks industrial. So. Matt's interactions always amuse me with these French people, so I'll see if I can film it. So we've got a double bed at the moment. Okay, that's okay.
Oui, je vais avoir. Alors, s'il vous plaît, madame, est-ce que je peux vous demander de me rappeler d'ici 10 minutes? Parce que je suis occupée avec des clients. Et voilà, donnez-moi votre nom. Valérie. Allez, ok. Vous me rappelez dans 10 minutes? Merci beaucoup, madame. À de suite. Bon, alors, je disais. Donc, j'ai pas d'autre chambre.
Ok.
Avec 2 petits lits, je vais pas avoir.
Ok.
Donc, bah, ça sera la 9.
Ok, parfait.
Ah
est-ce
oui.
qu'on peut faire entrer les vélos
Oui, bien sûr.
par ici ou
Oui, monsieur.
D'accord.
Donc, je vous explique. C'est la chambre.
Hi everybody. Well, we made it to Parentis on Bourne, and it took quite a while to get here. I mean, it was a long journey. It was about 77 kilometers, and can't remember where we set off from actually. Oh, yeah, it was that surfer place. So we started the day getting the route a bit wrong. Well, it wasn't wrong, it just ended up being through sand. You know, it's quite difficult to ride through sand. The tyres slide around, you can't really control the bike. But then we got onto road, and we hammered our way up the coast. Towns we visited, Saint-Giron plage, that was nice. Had a bit of a swim there. And the weather, I mean, it was sort of muggy, overcast, warm. I don't think we could have done what we did today if it had been as sunny as it was yesterday. I mean, that was ferocious. Today, it made it doable to just hammer along and achieve distance. So, looking ahead, well, okay, so yeah, we got here. Hotel seems to be okay, you know, it's gonna serve our purposes. Tomorrow, it's not going to be a huge journey to get to Arcachon. I hadn't really sort of imagined we would stay in Arcachon because most of the hotels are very expensive, but I have managed to find one which is sort of okay. And Arcachon itself should be quite interesting. I think the food will be good and the vibe will be good. So I don't see a problem with us waking up in Arcachon and then boarding a train to get to Bordeaux. So I think everything's worked out pretty well actually. And this evening I'm looking forward to having my first panache of the day. My mouth is going dry just thinking about it. I can't wait to do that. I think we're both quite tired. Sleepy. Our legs performed brilliantly today, no problem there, but we just feel very tired. I think last night wasn't too noisy, but you know, it just was very hot, and I think we've had a few days when we haven't really slept very well. So all is well, and I'll probably show you a bit of what happens this evening. So we're in the centre of Pyrenean. Probably been pronouncing it very lazily. Try and ignore that. Pyrenean. Look at those lovely flowers outside of their church. We're just in the process of trying to identify a restaurant option. Merci. Thank you. I keep walking out in front of cars. I don't know. Bandstand. There's a bar. So
benefiting from a classical education.
This is Billy Idol.
And which influences music.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Well, yeah.
He was classically trained.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they learned all about Greek mythology and
Yeah.
religious.
He learnt Latin.
Influences.
What was that? Eceunt.
Probably. It's the same with Iron Maiden, isn't it? And
Just so you know though, we're in a place called Cafe Flow. This place seems to have cornered the market. It's full for a start. We had to basically put up with this barrel with a table on top. And they've got premises over there, and then this whole area here. Well, we'll see. We're going to have some wine. So Matt and I have just enjoyed some wine, some pizzas, and I'm absolutely full. I think Matt is as well. Across the green. Oh God, home sweet home. It's just at this junction. It's, what is it called? test. What was it? Resto. Oh God. Restinborn, that's it. It's party night in Parentis on Bourne. Look, we should be able to cross here. Now, if people watch this film far enough into the future, they might be really amazed about the vehicles driving around and the noises they make. This might be a very forward-thinking idea. Morning. We awoke at Restinborn, and the day kind of cloudy, maybe some brightness on the horizon. Apparently there's a chance of a small amount of rain today. Just packing up, getting ready to go for our onward journey to Arcachon. And we're going to get some breakfast at a bakery and start cycling. We don't need to rush, because I think the journey's about 30 odd kilometres, it's not very far. And let's just enjoy the ride. Bayonne. What's she saying?
They came from Bayonne.
That's quite a long way.
They didn't have one there in the day. Right.
Well, let's pack.
Most unpleasant is a roundabout. I wanted to turn left before I could signal to move into the middle of the lane. A lorry came after me, came round me, and so that is a big lake, and its name is. Its name is I don't know. Actually don't know. I have to re-record this bit. I'm not being very forthcoming with information. Bit of off-roading, man. That's way too easy. Right, the name of this lake is Étang de Cazo Sanguinet. Now there you go. In stark contrast to the coastline we've been on. The most benign conditions. Lots of people setting up for a day in the sunshine.
People litter picking.
Yep.
You see?
It's like that's cordoned off maybe for swimming.
It doesn't smell great, does it?
Lakes, they are sort of putrefying, aren't they? Lots of organic matter in there.
Very, very shallow.
wonder how saline it is.
It's quite weird because it's obviously just sand. Is it saline?
Tiny bit brackish, I think.
You can really walk there. You can probably walk across it.
Very peaceful. Great place to learn how to windsurf, I would have thought.
Yeah, maybe.
So you probably have to go about half a kilometre out before you could get on the board.
We're heading back towards the coast now, and so we left that lake. Oh god, I can't remember the name. Caso Senya something. So yeah, this is a small path that winds its way through the dunes. It's quite, well, it's not freezing cold, right? It's quite warm. I guess it's sort of humid, as it was yesterday. There's more chance of sun, I think, later. And yeah, it's quite a variety of things to see on this particular part of the ride. We've seen towns, extensive lakes, dune riding, and then we'll see the sea and the Dune du Pilat as well. So this landscape is quite familiar because it's what we cycled through the last 2 or 3 days. Well, we emerged from the forest and some very steep ascents and descents, and now we're heading towards the sea. Biscarrosse plage. So we found this Biscarrosse plage. Ferris wheel over there, and here's the sea. Surfers around. No brakes disturbing the peace. Waves aren't as big as I thought. Nice waves to learn how to surf, I would have thought.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
What do you think of Biscarrosse so far?
Yes, it's a nice place.
See, that little diagram is quite. That's where you don't see the waves. That's where you've got the current dragging you out, and that's what the surfers use. So we've been cycling from that direction towards Pilat, but I hadn't got my camera mounted because it's spotting with rain. But I just wanted you to see the devastation caused by the fire. When you get up close to these parasol pines, you see charred bark, sometimes about 20 feet up. Somehow some of them manage to survive. Some totally isolated examples, oddly, still standing. But in the main, you can see most of them were destroyed by the fire, dead, and then they cut them down. So that's all the wood lying around, just so it didn't look like the Somme, I suppose. But there's quite a lot of new growth. So the sea is just over there, not too far away, and we're heading in that direction towards the Dune du Pilat, and apparently Arcachon is another 20 kilometers or so. So we'll just carry on. Well, we cycled past the Dune du Pilat. If you want to see what it's like, then go to YouTube or something. I didn't film it. The traffic was pretty bad, you know. Well, I mean, it didn't affect us, but it's just the sounds of engines as they slowly trundle in a long traffic jam towards the dunes. We're heading this way. I've got to plug in onto Google the directions of the hotel because we will depart the Velodysee, I think for the final time, actually. It's quite a momentous occasion. So that's what we're going to do next. Next footage will be in Arcachon, I imagine. Hello guys and girls on YouTube. Well, we've made it to Hotel de France de la Teste, and it's in Arcachon. I'm not really sure precisely what district. I have seen La Teste mentioned on maps, so maybe that's a district, although I have heard Arcachon has districts named after the seasons. So today was pretty easy in terms of distance. The dunes, I think they were quite tricky, you know, sort of blasting up and down the dunes. Matt's fallen over in the shower. Yeah, there were some, you know, sort of elongated, lengthy uphill sections up and down around the Dune du Pilat, and the road isn't very nice either. There's lots of cars going by and sort of pretty frantic riding, really. Weather-wise, there were occasional spots of rain. It wasn't particularly cold. It was just sort of overcast. I think you'd probably rather have that than some of the weather that we've been having, you know, like upper 30s, early 40s even. That's not good weather for cycling, I can tell you. The mouth goes dry. The dreams of panache haunt you as you're riding along. But so today was not like that, and finally made it into Arcachon via the suburbs. Pretty nondescript place in the suburbs. So what we're going to do next is shower up and have a panache, and then we're going to walk into Arcachon and try and find some food. I think the list of things we're going to try are currently two things actually: andouillettes and oysters. So we're going to take a train to a restaurant in Arcachon. Just missed a train right now, but what's this switching stuff? What's all this? Look at this! Wow! Amazing. It's just a regional service. This station is, I don't actually know. We have to go outside to see.
Yeah, you just go to the Gare d'Arcachon.
Which one is this one?
We're here, La Teste de Bûche.
Teste de Bûche. La Teste de Bûche. And
another
there's one
goes
stop.
to Arcachon. But can you? I'm just trying to think. We can get a train from here to Bordeaux.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
But can we go to Bordeaux Airport from here? Where's Bordeaux Airport?
I can't remember what his name is, but I would be amazed if you can't.
Arrêt. Place de Verdun. De la ligne.
Nearly stopped.
1. Destination. Pôle de santé. Prochain arrêt. Place de Verdun.
Yeah. Well, oh, pardon. Miserable git. Well, that's open. This is the oyster place, the cabane. We've just walked 2 kilometres to get here. So I suppose the good news is that it hasn't burnt down and it's not closed.
Bonjour, madame.
Bonjour. Oyster bed's actually in the restaurant.
Well, I mean, I'm guessing that
Gasify them.
Merci bien. Donc, vous gardez dans les bassins pendant la journée.
Exactement.
Très bien. Ok. Donc, ils sont livrés dans le matin.
On
le
va les
matin.
chercher, c'est nos huîtres. On va les
d'accord.
chercher dans l'eau et on revient avec le bateau et on les met dans l'eau.
Ah, très bien. Ok, merci.
Merci. Well, look, we both want to face the bay, le tang. It's not a le tang, is it? It's not that expensive. I say, it turns out that this isn't too bad a place at all. We've got a kind of little cabin, well, of course it is a cabin, and looking out over the bay. Anatomy of the oyster. That's quite interesting, all the little tidal channels and so on.
But these are all submerged, aren't they?
We're leaving Arcachon and it's raining. Raining in my heart. So we were to delay our trip to Bordeaux, believing that it would be raining heavily there. So we thought, well, we'll stay in Arcachon for a time, since it won't be raining here. And then, just as we were preparing to go for a ride around Arcachon, the heavens opened, and we thought, well, may as well go to Bordeaux then. So, what we're going to do is go from La Teste de Bouche train station, which is this place, and then we'll catch a train. It'll take us about 45 minutes to get there, I think. We don't go all the way into Bordeaux. We get off at a station that will, I can't remember, Pessac or something, and then we'll have a 20-minute cycle ride to the Sheraton Hotel, which is in the airport. And Matt's just bought the tickets. Train's in.
We have to book the bikes on the internet.
Oh, a little wrinkle there then. Okay.
So we caught a train from La Teste de Bouche, and we came to Pessac, train station called Pessac, and now we're riding towards the airport. We were expecting it to be raining when we arrived here, but it's actually fine and it's warm. And we're now going along the main roads that head into the airport area. But it's good because there are bike routes, so no problem. Can't foresee any particular issue, except I am having to get my phone out of my pocket to just check, which is a little bit annoying. Found our hotel for the evening at Sabinanigo Airport. It's the Sheraton. It's that strange looking hangar style building over there. What we're going to do is work out how to get into it. How do you think? Down there or what? She says go to the roundabout. Well, let's do that. So where's the entrance to this hotel? Looks like it's over there. Vast. The bikes, airport. Matt's going to do his stuff. Well, that was all pretty straightforward in the end. The bike paths from Pessac to the airport were very easy. In fact, the ride wasn't unpleasant either. So I think this hotel will definitely let us put our bike somewhere safe. And so the next step is to park the bikes. If we can't check in if we can. If we can check in, go to our room, get ready, perhaps go to the airport and find out how to get hold of a box. But there's no hurry because we've got another night. Well, we've got a night here and then a full day tomorrow. Is everything okay?
Stay the bikes in.
Awesome, right, okay. action now. Where are we going to go? How about well, here we are in this restaurant. It's called Le Carreau, and I think both Matthew and I think that, you know, in the UK these type of places don't exist. They're just so well run. The food is very well cooked. The menu's pretty good. It's very traditional French, and we've got a great cellar. But we were mainly drawn to this place because they do andouillettes, and I've eaten my first one. I've always been a bit scared of them, but the guy here has just told us that they are from the Loire Valley, these particular ones, and they're 5-star. I've learned a bit about andouillettes now. First of all, they're incredibly smelly. But to be more precise, they are kind of the essence of pork that you get from a sausage. That sausage smell, you just multiply by 10, and that's what it is. Well, here we are, just enjoying the final moments of our evening at Sheraton Bordeaux Airport. We've had a nice day in Bordeaux today. And we came back and bought the boxes, packed the bikes in the boxes, and tomorrow morning we will awake early to wheel the bikes in their boxes to the airport, check in and go home. So all remains for me to say is thank you for joining us on our epic journey. Thoroughly recommend doing the Velodysee if you like a nice relaxed route. It's flat, there's a fair amount of variability, the terrain, lovely places to see, good food. Of course we didn't do Brittany, and I'm sure that's wonderful as well.